Hello everyone, and thank you very much for clicking on the video. If this is your first time here, first of all, welcome. My name is Joe. I am the Over 40 Model Maker. If this is your returning click from part one of the series, first off, thank you very much for clicking on that video, and also thank you very much for coming back. We are doing part two today of the Mega Size Unicorn Gundam. Today is just going to be more of a simplistic thing. I'm not going to really show you too much. I'm going to show you what I kind of did for part one, and then what I'm going to tell you what I'm going to be doing for this part here. But I'm going to be skipping over all that stuff so that you don't get bored watching me do all that stuff and what have you. So, what are we going to do today? Well, first of all, like I said, I'm going to show you what I did for part one. So after I introduced the model to everyone, I went ahead and I clipped out, using my nippers here, every single piece according to, let's see, yeah, sorry for the noise, by the way, according to this awesome instruction booklet. And what's really great about this, and I said this on the first part, is that they have the English underneath the Japanese writing, and then when you are actually done with the complete runner, it says all parts needed for that particular runner has been detached, and then yes, it's completely empty and you're done. So I did that for every single piece on the runners, and then put them in baggies according to what part of the body it is. So I took, like this here, this is all for the arm. And this baggie here is for left leg. And I have one for the right leg, and one for the head, and one for the torso, one for the backpack, things like that. So I did all of that. And then after I got all that done, I went ahead and denubbed all the pieces using this very cheap kit that I bought for like $5 off of Amazon. And what I basically did was I grabbed this to shave down the nubs to just about flat. And then using these sanding sticks, starting here and then that one, and then polishing it off with that one, got them to where they were flat or disappeared. And what I mean by that is on the white pieces, because it's white plastic, or even like white paint on white plastic, or just pure white plastic, you cut the nubs off, you shave them down, they just completely disappear. Now on like the grays and the blue, which we'll see here in a minute, it's blue colored plastic over white plastic. So you actually see like a white nub on it. So for that, I shaved them down about as flat as I could be, because I'm going to go ahead and paint the gray and the blue sections of it. And I'll get these out of the way here. And for the grays, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to do this matte slate color here. And on some of the pieces, like say the knees, I'll do some hand painting, and I'll show that to you here also within the video. Might not even be a voiceover. And then for the blues, I'm going to do a satin midnight blue, just so that it's not as shiny as it says on the, as it shows on the model. The red parts here, I'm just leaving those. Those will be covered up. I'm not going to worry about it. So with that, if you made it this far in the video, I need to ask your suggestions of what color should I color the gun. Leave your comment down below of what color I should paint it. I just need some ideas. So let me see here. Let me grab left leg. Let me open it up here. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing. And we'll start with this part here. That's for the leg. And then here is like the top of the foot. And you can see that, here, let me clean it off a little bit here for you. You can see there's that white nub mark there that I did file flat, but all this is gonna be covered in paint, so I'm not gonna worry about that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go paint all these pieces and I'll get right back to you. So hold on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and I went ahead and painted the blues that needed to be blue and the slates that needed to be slate. So I'll just go ahead here. Here is my foot piece that I showed you here. It definitely did kind of take the shininess down quite a bit, which is actually very nice. I mean, I didn't want it like uber shiny to begin with. And then for the slate, it definitely cleaned up and made just the standard gray plastic, you know, made it look better than it is. So now what we're gonna do is we're now gonna paint this, and we're gonna go ahead and use some Citadel colors for that right over here. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna paint this outer part here a Rune Lord brass, with the inside being gold. And then on the back, we're going to use we're going to use Runefang steel actually right here on the edges. And then we're going to do the pipes here in a nice deep corn red. So we're going to start with these bits back here. So we're going to do, let's see, we'll do the Rune Lord brass. Shake it up here a little bit. And make sure I get myself set. This is definitely gonna be interesting doing it over, you know, with the camera right here. So we're just gonna grab just a little bit of it. And now we're just going to simply paint. And with this, we are definitely going to do 2 thin coats on both edges, on both sides of the leg here. And so once I get that done, I will go ahead and get back to you here. Okay, now while that is drying actually for the first coat, we're gonna just quickly go ahead and multitask, and we're gonna go put our Retributor armor on the insides there. And again, we'll just take just the tiniest little bit here and then just paint the inside. It'll give a nice contrast to the brass on the outside, while also giving a little bit of okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to let that dry, and we'll go put on our second coat all the way around for that. But while we're doing that, I'll go ahead and wash the paint off this one. I'll grab a smaller brush and get that one ready and prepped. And what we're going to do is we're going to use Runefang silver, or steel, I mean, Runefang steel on the back here for these bits of the pipe. And here we just want to be careful. We can go on the pipe part, or on the tube part here, because that's just going to get covered up in Mephiston red anyways. So now let's flip this around. And we'll do this right here. Now you got to remember that there's also the other leg that's going to be a part of this also. on the other side. Okay, so there's that portion there getting done. And now we'll go back to my original brush. And again, folks, I'm just using just old style brushes, not the greatest in the world, but they still work. And I know I'm supposed to, thin down the paints, but these things are already so thinned down from, my Warhammer models that they go on nice and smooth as is. And so we'll just very gently, very carefully put a coat of this on all the way around. Get the edges up there and just like that. This is something where you just want to take your time. Don't rush anything. Don't. Because you're going to be putting on multiple coats anyways. Just like that. Let's see, and we'll get down in here. Get right up to that edge. All right. So now we have that going on. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, let everything completely dry, put on all the other coats, and then I'll be right back to show you the finished result. All right, everybody, we are back, and here is the final product here. So I think everything turned out all right. It was definitely better than just a plain old Jane gray plastic. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go ahead, paint all the other pieces like this, and go over and make sure all these turned out just as well. And then next time on the show for part three, we are going to panel line all the white, because there's a couple ways we can do that. We can either do the panel lining pens, or we have, at least I have, like a panel lining ink, and that works out very well. So that's going to be happening next time on the channel. So thank you very much. If you made it this far, thank you very much for sticking with me at the end all the way through this jumbled mess of fun. And this is hopefully coming and dropping on Valentine's Day. So if you're watching this, happy Valentine's Day to you. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, you handsome, handsome man. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, you beautiful, beautiful woman. And I will see everybody in part 3 of the mega size unicorn, which is going to be panel lining. Have a great day, everybody.